Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Origins of Expressions. Today, we're setting our sights on the idiom, a double-edged sword. Imagine it as a linguistic ninja sword, gleaming with two sharp edges ready to slice through the fabric of conversation, leaving a trail of both marvel and mischief. It's like walking a tightrope where one step could lead to a hidden shortcut, and the next, a tangled mess of thorns. So, as we embark on this linguistic escapade, remember to tread lightly and don your linguistic armor, because wielding the double-edged sword of expressions requires finesse and flair. The phrase, a double-edged sword, has been said to have originated from the use of swords in ancient battles. Swords were often made with two sharp edges, so that the wielder could use both sides to attack and defend. However, this design also meant that the wielder had to be careful not to injure themselves while wielding the sword. A mistake in handling could result in the sword cutting back on the wielder, causing harm to themselves and not just their opponent. This gave rise to the phrase, a double-edged sword, which referred to something that had both advantages and disadvantages, and could potentially harm the person who wielded it if they weren't careful. The phrase, a double-edged sword, could have been around for a while as a spoken idiom, but we know it has been used in literature since the time of the medieval romance, Sir Percival of Gales. Sir Percival of Gales is a Middle English Arthurian verse romance featuring its protagonist, Sir Percival, also known as Percival. He made his debut in medieval literature in Chrétien de Troyes' final poem, the 12th century Old French Conte del Graal, well over 100 years before the creation of Sir Percival of Gales, found in a single manuscript called the Lincoln Thornton manuscript, which dates to around 1440. In the narrative, a sword is portrayed as having two edges keen and the ground full clean, similar to the contemporary saying, double-edged sword. Today, this phrase has an intriguing backstory and remains relevant, often employed to depict scenarios with both advantages and drawbacks. For example, imagine you get a promotion at work that comes with a higher salary, but also more responsibilities. You might say, getting this promotion is a double-edged sword. I'm excited about the salary increase, but I'm also nervous about the added responsibilities. Also, consider a scenario where you invest in stocks. While there's potential for significant profits, there's also the risk of financial loss. You might comment, investing in stocks can be a double-edged sword. The potential gains are enticing, but there's always the possibility of losing money. Similarly, social media can be seen as a double-edged sword. It allows us to connect with others worldwide, but it also exposes us to negativity and misinformation. You might remark, social media is a double-edged sword. It's great for staying in touch, but it can also be overwhelming with all the negativities. And let's not forget, fame can be described as a double-edged sword. It brings recognition and opportunities, but it also invades privacy and attracts scrutiny. Someone might say, celebrity status is a double-edged sword. The fame is exciting, but the lack of privacy can be overwhelming. So, the phrase, a double-edged sword, is a fun and lighthearted idiom that has been in use for centuries. Its origin can be traced back to ancient times when swords were the primary weapon used in battles. Today, it's often used to describe situations that have both positive and negative aspects. Whether you're discussing a new job opportunity or a personal decision, using the phrase, a double-edged sword, can add a playful touch to your conversations and help you highlight the complexities of the situation at hand. Well, that's the information that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed learning about the origins of our phrases. If you did, I would love to have you subscribe. It's quick and easy, and I would really appreciate it. Oh yeah, quick question before you go. Do you know any idioms or phrases you would like to learn about? I would love to see them. Leave them in the comments below. Thank you again for watching and subscribing. I really appreciate your support. Until next time, bye for now.